Okay, so today's topic is the connection between your intuition and thriving in life. I prepared something for you and let's begin. Okay, so my very important message to you is to stop looking for the next self-help book. I know many of you've been into this, or if you're not, even if you hear this for the first time or you're new to the self-discovery world, I've been there and I'm saying this from experience to stop looking for the self-help books and the next like masterclasses and gurus and any advice that is like seems like bigger than you or people that seem like more prepared than you. And yeah, because that's all external information and it's not for you. And why it's not for you? Because it comes from other people's life experiences. It doesn't come from a source that is disconnected from their personal view of life, but it comes from what they lived and how they lived and has nothing to do with you. All right, so let's begin a little bit with my story. Not to bore you, I just want to do a little introduction about myself and yes, and so my name is Wana. I'm an intuition coach, and I've been on this path for quite a long time of self-discovery, self-love. And from 1991, which is the year I was born, until 2019, I was quite lost, literally lost in. Oh my God, looking for answers. So I wasn't quite aware of myself. And even if I had an awakening in 2013, that really didn't help me to know who I was and what I wanted in my life. And, I actually had a very long time of my life since my awakening where I was just in such a desperation for looking for answers. I did everything from doing long QHHT hypnosis sessions of, like 5-hour hypnosis to no answers about myself, to doing the Lefko method, to doing EFT like marathons, to, oh my God, I did so many things to just know why am I here? Who am I? Uh, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm here for. So I was literally on that path for such a long time, and I'm telling you that it's very bad to not know. It's very desperating, and it's a desperate energy that you don't want in your life because I know how it feels like to not know, to literally not know. Yeah, and to always look for the next thing you want to, you think this is the time I'm gonna know. I literally paid so much money to work with someone who tell me who I am and what I'm here for, to then end up not knowing, but losing all that kind of money and I still didn't know. So it's like I always try to know from others. Yeah, always from others that I thought they were better than me, they were more prepared, they knew better than me what I love. So it's kind of crazy. It's a crazy idea. We think that, but yeah, that's what we think. So everything kind of started to make sense in my life when I met Anya. Who's Anya? Who's Anya? Anya is the person that literally changed my life. I was already doing coaching, but I was doing it in my style, my style kind of like with what I knew from my life. And I didn't feel quite right. But then I met Anya. So Anya is a wonderful woman from Russia. She, hello. Okay. So yeah, Anya yes, is a beautiful woman who, for the first time in my life, did a reading for me and literally made me realize that, wow, there is something out there that I don't know called intuition that apparently knows the answers to your life. And since then, I never looked back. That was kind of my, what we call in alchemy, my meeting my master, meeting my, the person that would turn the course of my life. So, yeah, after that, I began to study alchemy. I began to study how to use intuition. And then I began to literally apply it in my life, and things began to change. Things began to very quickly. I began to receive like invitations to do what I actually loved. Like for example, here on the left, you see I I hosted a course, and this was, by the way, 100% based on intuition. I had no idea what to say in this. This was a course they asked me to do on the iconic alternative media platform about self-love. I was like, I don't know. I literally don't know what to say. And I remember every night before the recordings, the next day, because every day I had like a topic. I didn't know what to say about that topic. But I just asked I asked the intuition, okay, what should I, what should I talk about? And then it came, and then the next day I would talk exactly about that. Literally getting into the energy of innocence and letting all that flow through me. I I didn't have a plan. I didn't write anything. I just spoke from there, like from this connection with intuition. It was almost like channeling in a way, but it was literally me connecting to the source of that information and not my personal view about life. Let's call it like that, yeah. And then you see other things happen in my life, like the experience of moving to another continent, a tropical tree, experience of having another child that I birthed at home. And that too was an intuitive choice. That too was given to me like, hey, you can do this. This is totally for you. Go for it. And I had such a trust, and it went amazingly. The most beautiful experience of my life. Yes. And so many other things that came after that. And I never looked back. Like, since I knew this way of living through intuition, I didn't research anything else to help me. I had all the answers through intuition. Yes, and what I want to convey to you, which is for me very important because it makes a difference in the way you perceive life, is that thriving, it's not about all these manifestations you have and where did you go and what did you have and achieving those stuff. Of course, they're important, right? But it's not about that. It's about how you feel when you respect what your heart wants, and you know what your heart wants, and then actually living that truth, living that in your life, respecting yourself so much, and what intuition says that to you, that's more important than anything else, to live in integrity with yourself. That's the most important thing that I want to tell you today. Um, yes, and that's for me what it means to thrive. Okay, so now a little bit of role playing. Uh, okay, so welcome, dear friend. Are you ready for a consciousness journey with me? And this is your captain speaking. We're going on a journey. All right, we're going on a journey. We're going by plane. I'm your captain, and this is an experience with me. And please, if you're coming with me on this plane, don't take anything in your luggage. Let your prejudice, let your judgments, your past uh, at home, take your luggage empty. And hopefully you can take something with you at the end of this webinar um, to enrich your life. Yes. Okay, so we're flying to a surprise destination, fasten your belts, and we're taking off. Ding, 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 we're going. Yeah. And okay, so since I am your captain speaking, I'm gonna make you aware of something. Okay. As you see these clouds as we're flying, right? You see them on our left, on our right, they're there. And they they don't let me see. They don't let me see. And similarly for you and the human consciousness, your ego doesn't let you see. Your ego is your thoughts and feelings. And if you want to put it like that, it's almost as if it's a GPS, a navigation system without the sign, it doesn't really let you see what's in front of you. And it's like having clouds in your head. It's like having clouds in front of you and not being able to receive any information useful to you from your divine self, from who you really are. This is what ego is. Ego is a limitation, a limited perspective about life. And you recognize you're an ego when you have so many thoughts and you feel dense in the body because of the emotions you feel in your body. Okay, but there's a good news because unlike me, the captain who can't change the weather, you can use your will because it takes will and ask your intuition to exit the bad weather at will. Like literally at any moment when you are in your clouds, in your ego, you can instantaneously receive information from your ego and get out of that. Literally extract yourself from the bad weather and receive the next useful information you need to to go to the next step, to literally feel good. And are you still with me? Are you still with me? And are you ready to know the truth, or do you want to jump out of the plane? Because this is too boring for you. Okay, so, okay, this is the truth. You think you're living your life, but in reality, most of the times you're recreating your past because you don't really know what you love and how to literally focus on what you love. Even if you know what you love, you might not know how do I direct my focus so that what I love becomes my normality. So you literally recreate your past, believing you're doomed or that there's something out there more powerful than you, which is not you, that is creating these kind of obstacles and bad things happening to you. But it's not the out there that's happening. It's you who has the wrong focus in life. Yeah, sad news. But also beautiful news because you have the will to step out of that. Okay. Okay. Banana. Tell me something I don't know. You might think this, right? Oh, this is so simple information. Well, if you really know, then why are you not living the fulfilling life you want already? Well, because you don't know how to use your intuition to guide you to the next steps. That's a fact. I didn't know, I had no idea how to do this, even if I had some perception of, I know what I love. Oh my God, yes, yes. But then I didn't have the capacity to sustain the energy of that which I loved for a long time because my focus would go all the time, would gravitate all the time towards, but I don't know how to do that. um, and all the self-sabotage that comes from the clouds that come very fast when you try to do something new, you try to do something for yourself. It begins like to rain, and it begins to a storm begins within you, uh, to just block you and keep you safe and in your comfort of not doing anything new for yourself or not doing anything that is different than what you've known for so long. And that's what I'm talking about. You might know what you love, but there's a part of you that tries to keep you where you are very strongly. Yeah, and that's the difference. Yes, and look at that. Like, I love that image. It's like drama queen. Yes, but well, I don't know how. I don't know. I should train for years to get there. Let me exit this webinar. It's another waste of time. I don't know how to do this. You have to be born with these abilities of getting your information from your intuition. You have to be special. You have to train, and you have to be in a way so different than anyone else. Yeah. But you don't need more enlightenment or more time. You only need to know how it's done, like literally the way it's done. And but the question everybody has, because even when you get into this work, uh, of the intuition, you still have that kind of, but how can I know that my intuition is really my intuition? How do I know? Yeah. And the only way I found in my life that really confirmed that what I knew was real, what I knew was what I knew, was through readings. Um, what is a reading? A reading is information from somebody's field or yours that comes from the purity of your innocence, of your intuition, telling you about something specifically. And it can be about anything. I just brought here some examples just to let you know how powerful that is, because I wasn't born like this. Not a little bit. No, actually, I doubted my intuition until I ever met this method. So um, everybody can do this. Um, and so I myself was shocked that I could read somebody. It was such an experience. Like, how in the world? How can I do this? What? Everyone can do this. Yes, anyone can do this. And it was the only way I found that could confirm to me that what I knew was what I knew. And what others knew was confirmed with what I received. I had so many people, like when I did readings, telling me, you I had the most beautiful review during a session. I did a reading, and this client said, it's like listening to my life with subtitles. It was so much fun to hear that, but I think it's the most beautiful description of this. It's like literally someone entering in your field and getting exactly what you're going through that maybe not even you can describe as well, but you know it's true. So that's what readings do. And we confirm intuition through readings. Like, that's the way we do it. All right. And my mission really is to help people to discover, very important to me, to discover who they really are at core. Because I didn't know myself, and I found out through my awakening, and then discovering more and more who I am through living after that. I think that that's the most important information of your life, to know who you are, to know your essence, and then to also do what you love and live from your truths and live from what you believe is the most authentic way to live in your life. And yes, and I have two questions. I'm sorry. I have two questions for you at this point. Yes, I want you to be very sincere with yourself, because it might be that, one of these questions is a yes and the other one is a no, or both are no's, but this is for you. So the question is, the first one is, am I really fulfilled in my life, regardless of my external reality? Example, you might already have, maybe you dreamt of, I don't know, having a a partner or a house or the money or whatever, and now you have them, but you're still not happy. I mean, fulfillment means to feel so good within yourself and have this aliveness within, and to be like actually in love with your life. That's what fulfillment is. So can you define yourself fulfilled regardless of what's happening outside? Yeah, that's the first question. Maybe you can answer in the chat how you feel about this first question. And the second one is, what is it I really love to do? Do you know the answer to that? Maybe you know one or two things, but there's many things you're all about, and they are worth knowing. And also that, yes, answer that for yourself. What is it that you love? And if you know what you love, do you have the courage to go for what you love? One thing is to know, one thing is to do. Because we might know since like we were 6, right? I know I'm passionate about this, but maybe I'm 35 or 40 or 50, and I still didn't live that dream because my clouds are still ruling my life. They are still the standard way of awareness of my life. I let my life be guided by this part of me that, is telling me, hey, psst, you're not good enough. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Hey, you have priorities. Hey, your children are more important than you. Hey, hey, hey. They're trying to keep you where you are. That's what the clouds do. Yes. So if you answered to any of this, just one is enough. With the no, I don't know how to have the courage to live my dreams. No, I'm not fulfilled, or no, I don't know what I love. And maybe I know one thing, but not all of them. Yeah. Then I invite you to take a choice for your life. All right. So it's either continuing like this in the clouds in your head, to let them speak, to let them rule your life, to let them continue telling you what to do, or it's being blessed with the knowledge, with the information, with the wisdom of your own intuition.